That's not good. Do you want the nose in?
If this is any better, honestly. It almost feels like the wind in the sail.
Oh, we have the main back up.
Which. Stop. I'm losing it, baby. I'm gonna pull out of the, now I'm slipping out of the harness.
Okay, they're coming down.
Hey there, I'm Kelsey, that's Tim, and this is the story of our adventure. Life is fleeting, and we want to squeeze every bit out of it. We are wandering the world, so home is a bit of a moving target for us. We love finding the random, the remote, and sharing it all with you. So subscribe to get lost with us and hopefully find some inspiration to go after your own dreams.
Welcome back. We are in the midst of crossing the Pacific, and we were off to a bit of a rough start with bad weather and an unfortunate crew member.
Yeah, the crew situation was going about the same, but there's nothing you can do about that. We were getting used to the long shifts, so things were chugging along.
Goose was holding up well.
Yeah, we'd had a few minor things to fix along the way, but all in all, it had been going pretty perfectly, but we knew that couldn't last the entire trip.
Yeah. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. We had a very calm night the night before, so we had dropped the sails and motored, and in the morning, I noticed something. That's not good. I noticed it this morning when I was going to put up the sail, and I looked up, and the sheathing has come off in just that little portion, so if I pull it up, it'll all get stuck, I think.
The next day.
Okay, today's project is try to get the mainsail so that we can put it up and down. Right now we got it up, but because the sheathing is coming off, now that's kind of jammed, so it probably will come down, but it would be easier not to deal with that. So I'm going to see if I can cut the sheathing off a portion of it so that we can then get it down when we need to. And that's a temporary fix. That's what I'm going to try to do.
Okay, so let me explain a little better what's happening here. This is our mainsail, and this is our main halyard. It has a 2-to-1 ratio, which reduces the load on many components down the line. This halyard is connected at the top of the mast, where it runs down to a block on our mainsail and back up to the top, then goes inside the mast and down to the deck. This line has a Dyneema core protected by an outer polyester sheath, and that sheath is what failed. So when we raised the sail, the sheathing bunched up where it feeds into the mast and got jammed, thus preventing the mainsail from lowering. Something that would not be fun in bad weather. So step 1 was to get the line unstuck and the mainsail down. Then we could figure out what to do from there. It took us about 2 hours to get the sail down, and thank goodness for our headsets. We were able to work as a team, Tim managing the winch, going up and down as needed, while I cut the sheathing and fed the line through. Once we got the sail down, we attached a new line to the end of the old one and fed it up through the mast, ignoring the 2-to-1 setup because we'd have to go up the mast, and with the swell right now, that was a last resort.
Oh. There are squid everywhere. Jeez. We have the main back up. That's good. Oh.
So we managed to get the sail up again. Then, literally, as I'm writing this, the halyard snapped and down came the mainsail. Dang. And now the broken line is in the mast, so we can't use it to snake another line through. We are also now worried there's something sharp up there somewhere. So the plan is for Tim to go up the mast, our last resort. While I manage the winch, the swell is relentless. Every roll makes the climb more dangerous. I'm also going to try and use the engines to lessen the effect of the swell, at least keeping it in a consistent location. We just have to figure out where we want the swell. No swell would be great.
Do you want the nose in?
If this is any better, honestly. It almost feels like the wind in the sail was more stabilizing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You want me to go back?
Yeah. I thought this would feel better, but it feels far more violent. So yeah, go back. Get it to where we have wind at about 80 to 90.
Okay.
And we'll see how that feels. I'm just going to hold on to the mast. So getting up in the air and getting to the mast is going to be probably the hardest part.
Do you want a short rope to be able to like wrap around the mast until you're up there?
Yeah, I'm just not sure how I'll rig that.
Probably just have to have like someone hand both ends to you, and then you can just drop it when you're not using it.
Yeah.
See what we got here.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's so big though that we'll just get it caught and stuff, you know.
Well, you're just
that little blue one. What's that?
You can't drop that one.
Yeah, because of the metal. Okay. Let's not worry about it right now. Let's see how it goes without it.
Okay.
I'm basically going to try and go up this outside rigging line. So go ahead and take up slack if you could, even just by hand on both. Do you have both over there?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and take up slack. Okay, and take up the spinnaker. Okay. Trying to figure out what to hold on to as I go up here. Maybe the lazy jack is the best, I'm not sure. Okay, go ahead and winch up a little. It's gonna be the towing part here, I think. Stop. Okay. Okay, go ahead and winch up.
Okay.
Made it to the mast at least. That's good.
We're gonna have trouble with that spinnaker line, I think. 'Cause it's on the outside of the rigging.
Which is where I want it though, right? If it's on the inside, it gets caught.
Okay. Ready to keep going up? Sorry.
Yeah, just take the slack out. Right now it's a big fall, so slack. And then a little more. Okay. Okay, go ahead and go up. Keep going.
Trying to get the slack out.
Okay. Stop. Slack. Man, it gets violent up here. Okay, go ahead. Stop. Winch. Just be really fast. Okay, stop. There we go. Winch. Stop. Okay, winch a little. Stop. Okay, winch a little. Stop. Oh, Oh, is there any way to stop that?
I'm trying, but nothing seems to be lessening it.
It just sucks. They go from being so mellow to so violent.
Yeah.
I mean, like violent. Like, oh shit, right now. Like, I could barely stay on the mast. You gotta do something. I don't know what though. Try letting off throttle a little. The sail doesn't look like it's got any wind. Talk to me.
I'm letting it off.
Okay,
And I'm gonna try and turn into the wind slightly. Not too much, but just to see if I can go. Does that seem a little better?
Yeah, just chill. So like idle speed, but keep that sail engaged with wind, okay?
Okay.
It's a little better, I think. Okay, winch. Winch, 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 winch. Stop, stop. This is crazy, babe. It's so violent. And it's sideways is the problem. It's like forward, back, but then it's on the side, so...
Yeah, I can
feel
turn
like-
a bit more to port.
Turn more to starboard, starboard, starboard.
Okay.
I know then the beam, we'll have it on the side of us, but I'm hoping it's less violent. I can barely hold on. If I let go, it's just gonna beat me like an egg.
Well, we can.
Okay, winch, winch. Stop. Oh, every time I think it's gotten better.
I think it still is getting worse.
I don't know what to tell you.
Or we can come down and motor today, and when we have a calmer day, we can go up to.
This is about as calm as it's gonna be, I think. Winch. Stop. 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 Stop.
I don't think you're going to be able to do anything once you get up there. I think you need to come down.
Lower it down a little. Lower it down a little. Quickly.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Quickly. I'm losing, baby.
Well, that's me. At this point, I'm exhausted and my muscles are shaking as I try to resist the swaying motion. The long, slow movement is okay, but the short, quick ones throw me off the mast, and when I come flying back to it, I crush things I really don't want to be crushing. It's taking everything I have to hold on, and I'm realizing I won't be able to have one, let alone two hands free to fix this halyard. All at once, I'm feeling upset that I can't fix this. That's my job on the boat, after all. And I'm scared because I know that if I'm hurt thousands of miles from shore, I won't be able to fix whatever other challenges come up during our passage. So down I go, feeling deflated, determined to fight another day.
I'm gonna fall out of the harness right now. I'm slipping out of the harness.
Okay, you're coming down.
Come on. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. I gotta get to where I can grip up my legs again. Lower me. Some more. Okay, lower me down. Stop.
Okay.
Lower me. Stop.
Okay.
Let me down. Keep going.
Okay.
Oh, hurt.
Oh, I'm so glad you're down. Whew.
Well, that was absolutely terrifying. Watching Tim come down every second felt like an eternity, my heart pounding, but I knew I couldn't think about it. I just needed to do my job and get him down. When his feet finally hit the deck, the flood of relief was overwhelming. This wasn't just tense, it was the single scariest moment of the entire passage. Out here, we are very aware of how one wrong move can change everything, and I'm just so thankful he's safe. Also, I think I can officially say Tim is willing to put his life in my hands.
Oh. I think I broke a toe.
So, feeling a little defeated, we put the jib out and motored. At least there hasn't been any real wind today, not enough for the main to be up anyway. Unfortunately, there's also an almost 2-knot current against us, making it feel like we are trying to move through molasses. But hopefully we'll make it past that by sometime tomorrow.
Maybe we can just make friends with the whale and tie him and he'll just pull us.
It's perfect. The way to do it.
The next day.
We're about to become shellbacks. So exciting. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle powers. I've been guaranteed this is what happens.
Well, everything changes tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, in a second.
Can't wait.
It's been a long day to get here.
Yeah, we earned it today.
9, 8,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Yeah!
Cameras at each other. We're shellbacks.
Woo!
Congratulations, you're a shellback.
Nice job.
Today we crossed the equator, and we have wind again, so we put up the mainsail. We have it rigged with the topping lift and are running it with 2 reefs, so we don't put too much pressure on the halyard. We really don't want to break this line, but we are sailing again.
Good morning. Figured I would just do a little update. We haven't been doing a whole lot of sort of vlogging as we go. We've just been tired, and you just covet your time alone and your time to sleep so much that you just get on with that. But I guess I wanted to say something that was on my mind. Like, there's this weird anxiety, not about being out here in the ocean alone, not how many thousands of miles from land we are, oddly. I mean, that's there, I guess, but you don't really think about it or worry about it. It is what it is, so you just accept that. I think one of the biggest fears I have is we've done so much epic travel. We're really lucky that we've done so much. We've worked really hard to do it. And sometimes I worry that, like, I'm not soaking it in enough, or I'm not using the opportunity to change me in a positive way or grow. And maybe that's a silly fear, but, you know, I think when you do some of the stuff we've done, people go, well, you know, what'd you learn from it? And I go, I don't know. I don't always know. You know, I don't know if I've learned anything. I think I have. When I look back at who I was, I think I'm dramatically different, but it's not dramatic though in the timeline. You know, 8 years now traveling and working really hard. You know, basically we've either done manual labor jobs or traveled, which is kind of manual labor, to keep a truck going and now a boat. And so you definitely learn a lot, but sometimes I'm at a loss whether or not it's some epic change, you know, which I think the office dweller in all of us thinks, if only I were to do that, everything would make sense because I'm going to do exactly what I want when I want. And then you get out here doing it, and it's amazing. I couldn't imagine going back into an office. We're living on our terms for the most part, right? As much as life will allow us. But yeah, just a random thought that I sometimes fret or worry about. Am I changing enough? Am I growing? Am I soaking in whatever the message or the meaning or the lesson of this big trip or this next big trip or this next big adventure or this interesting country we're in? Am I actually soaking it in? Am I actually present? And I think it gets in no matter what. But yeah, I don't know. Deep thoughts. But it's been amazing, and I do think, looking back at the 9 year ago me, I think I'm dramatically different, but it's really hard as the person in the sort of test tube to tell if you've changed, because you're with yourself every day. So I hope it's made a big impression and changed me, but I don't always know. So those are my thoughts this morning. Beautiful day, beautiful sails, spinnaker up. Not super fast right now because we have no other sails up. It's light wind, like 10 knots, 9 to 10. But with a free current of a knot, we're doing probably 7 to 8, so can't complain about that.
That was a hammerhead shark. How crazy is that? Just hanging out, floating there. So clearly a hammerhead. Pretty random.
We are making progress. Slowly but surely, we are getting closer to our destination. We've made it through storms, been visited by birds, dolphins, whales, sharks. We passed a massive fishing fleet, crossed the equator, and grown as a team, people, and sailors. Today, we got some wind, and we decided to put up the spinnaker. We're flying.
night 16, I think. We have the exhaustion out. It's been out for half the day and all night long. Finally found a current, so we're doing it like 9.5. So we're doing good. It's exciting to see finally single digits in the amount of time that it will take us to arrive. It goes between like 8 to 5 days, so we'll see how long it takes us, but it's very exciting to see those lower digits. And it was a beautiful night. Just keeping an eye on the spinner. It's been a good night.
Day 17. Part of my morning routine has become hunting around the cockpit, once there's enough light, for any flying fish or squid that may have decided to join us during the night. The flying fish smell terrible, and the squid often ink, which can't be great for the gel coat, but I'll worry about that later. This morning, the spinnaker is still going strong, and we are making great time. It's a beautiful day and relatively calm, so Tim decided to go around the boat and do a more thorough cleaning.
There's a fresh one right here if you want it. There you go. Wow, there's so many up here.
You can see just how filthy the boat is. Between the birds and the squid, our decks were looking pretty sad.
Damn. 36. No.
The squid might ink, but the flying fish leave their mark behind too. I am constantly finding their scales everywhere. We are going to have a lot of cleaning to do once we arrive. Oh well, right now we have good wind, good weather, and we're making progress towards our destination. Can't ask for much more.
It is day 20 now, and still have the spinnaker up. Wondering if we're going to get some swell catching up behind us. I'm feeling really tired today. Not so great, like shaky and just tired. But at least it's been pretty easy sailing. Not much to do with changing or anything. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Saying we have 4 or 5 days left, depending on the speed. It'll probably be longer than that, but you see those smaller numbers still.
Out here, some days are chaotic, but many more are calm, often peaceful. The boat glides along with the swell, keeping a quiet rhythm. The water stretches in every direction, nothing but blue. And it's hard not to feel a sense of awe at how small we are, and how lucky we are to be experiencing this. So, on days like this, the exhaustion and chaos feel far away. It's just us, the wind, and the endless Pacific.
Can't believe how gross the waterline is and what critters feel. Really gross. I didn't think we'd get that much growth, but we've been moving constantly.
All right, so I just talked to our first boat. That was the first time. Now, because of Starlink, I actually am in a group chat with, basically it's called like Panama to the Marquesas cruisers. So people who left a month ago and are already there, people who are just leaving right now, people who are around us. Most people are in it, which is nice. So in the morning you can chat, talk about who's catching fish. I mentioned that we broke our halyard and several people offered line. So if it was critical, we've been doing just fine with our fix, but if it was critical, there's people to reach out to. So it's nice. But the actual sort of simplex, meaning radio to radio or boat to boat contact, we haven't used our radio once. We've tried to when we saw a boat, you know, on AIS not too far away, but we just contacted our first boat in 22, now almost 23 days, so 22 and a half days, which is just cool. Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know why. Just seeing a boat. It is 3.5 miles away, which is really close, considering you just sailed, let's see, 3,800 miles. So, neat. We're surfing waves. I've seen 14.2 knots, but that's my only update. I got nothing else. Rambling, but you don't get to talk to people too often, so outsized excitement for something so silly.
Good morning. I've been up since about midnight, and it's now about 8:30, so I'm gonna make some breakfast for everybody. It looks as if I will have to do some dishes before I make breakfast. So I'm gonna do some dishes before I can make anything. Doing ground coffee on passive just because it's easier than having to grind coffee. I'm gonna go upstairs because I can't be down here for too long, so I let things boil and then I'll come back.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
All right, so we just switched out our spinnaker. We've been running our spinnaker for a week. Daytime, nighttime. I don't think we've ever run it at night before this trip.
No. Well, it's from Jamaica, I think we did.
Straight, very carefully.
Yeah.
And now we've gone back to the jib, and we've got our double reef main. That's the size we can take it out with a broken halyard. And we're ripping along at 9-10 knots, so
Yeah.
it's doing really well. The wind is only forecasted to increase, so these are the right sails to have out. But so what's wild is what we have left to sail, like 650 miles. That's further than we've ever sailed, ever, before this trip. So we've sailed something like 3,700 miles so far, and what's left is still longer than any other passage we've done, which is mind-blowing. But because we're going so fast, it says 3 days or 2.5 days. Probably end up being 3 days.
Yeah, but we don't get too excited about the days yet.
No, don't get too excited about the days because the wind can always die. And at half speed, it's 6 days. So let's say 3 or 4.
And we have the engine on because it's cloudy.
We're charging right now. So if the sun's not been out much, you can see it's up now, but it's behind clouds. So we put it in neutral and then pop it out and increase the revs. But it's not pushing us or anything. No need. In fact, it'll probably just create more drag right now.
And after the sail change, I'm going to go try to sleep for a little bit until my next shift.
Okay, I'm trying this Cardo for the first time to see if I can connect it to the GoPro, which is pretty cool. I think it's working because that's about the only way that you're going to be able to hear out here. Cardo cuts out the wind pretty well, and it's fairly windy today. We've got almost 20 knots of true on and off down to 17, so we've got good wind. Like we said this morning, we took the spinnaker down, and we're running the jib and the main with 2 reefs in it, but we're still making great speed. I think our average is 8 something, but I'm seeing up into the 10s as we surf down waves. Moving a lot more today, back and forth, because with more winds comes a rougher sea state. But not bad. Happy to be moving. Right now it's saying about 2.5 days, so I'm going to assume about 3 days more if the weather continues like this. But yeah, pretty happy to continue to be moving. We're getting so close. That's the update for now.
We are getting close.
So close. In fact, it feels wild to only have a couple days left after nearly 3 weeks at sea without seeing any land.
Yeah, it's wild. But that is it for this episode. So join us next week as we make some tough choices and finally see land.
Yes, thank you so much for watching as always. We really appreciate it. Special thanks to patrons, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.